Hello, everyone. Okay, we're coming from, that's better. We're coming from Gilbert, Arizona today. And I'm Michelle Gardner. And what I'm going to demo, I talked earlier this last week with Shannon about ways to help promote better gut health. I think that was the topic. But we ended up talking about wet socks. And it's kind of hard to understand when you tell someone, and this is something I've been telling people to do, how to do for years, and it's really helped our family. It's one of the first natural things that we have done in the, it's one of the first things that really got us on to looking at more natural methods, and it has helped us a ton over the years. So I would like to know who has been hit by this bug going around, the flu or this cold. It just seems like ever since maybe the week before Christmas all the way through, everyone that I know of has been sick. Our whole neighborhood has had a variety of different things, and once you get down with one thing, then it hits again. So if you've been hit with it, comment below, hit a 1, okay? This is something that would definitely help you. It's best if you can do it right away as soon as you start feeling sick, but I do it whenever. And one of the biggest things that when you're getting sick, I think a lot of people forget to drink water, and you can get easily dehydrated. And now this will also help hydrate you a little bit. So I love it for my little babies when they can't talk to you, you can't force them to do anything, right? So I love it because I feel like they're still getting fluid into them, whether it's going through their throat or not. And it makes me just feel a little bit better. Sorry, I'm at my mom's house. Are you okay?
I was so useless.
And so what you're going to need is you're going to need a pair of wool socks, okay? And a pair of cotton socks. And hey, sweetheart, I'm doing a video real fast, okay? Can you use your soft voice? This should be interesting. Sorry. So if you want a link on where I got mine, because I searched and searched to find the highest wool amount for a good price, because I wasn't going to pay like $10 a pair of socks. I think I got like 4 pairs for $8. Just let me know. Comment below, and I'll send you a link to get the socks. I got them off. I used to use. I pulled out my husband's old hiking socks. Didn't even think about what they were. I just assumed all hiking socks were wool socks. And when I finally found these at a store, totally, they were not wool at all. So if you have old hiking socks, I'm sure it'll work. It's just a matter of encasing it. So basically, the wet socks, what they do, they're going to promote better circulation. They're forcing your body to start moving, go warm your feet, and then it starts pushing the fluids to your body. So it will help decongest, it helps with fevers, it helps with inflammation and headaches, and it can help promote better healing. It actually, I like to call it like, it feels like NyQuil, because you're supposed to lay down right afterwards, after you put them on, and you're supposed to lay down under a blanket, and it just really zonks you out. So when we started using these, we started using them for my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old. When they get ear infections, they spike up to 105, and it's usually in the middle of the night when either we're in an area where urgent cares weren't open after a certain time. Like on weekends, it was really hard to find an urgent care that was open on a Saturday night, or Sunday morning at 1 in the morning. And so these were great. They worked faster. So Tylenol and ibuprofen took like an hour to bring down the fevers, and that's horribly long time to wait when their fever is that high. And so the wet socks helped bring that down in 10 minutes. We also did some garlic oil too, but that's a whole nother story. So what you're going to do, so I have my cotton socks, so you're going to take it, and you can hear the water, okay? See if I can do it. Okay, so it's dripping. You're going to make sure they get wet enough. So sometimes they don't get wet right away, so just get it wet all the way through, and then you're gonna wring them out, okay? These are running socks. Don't get the really thin running socks. Do like cotton socks because they don't hold very much water. But that's the idea. You don't want it warm. Definitely don't want it warm. There is another variation of these wet socks where you do ice water. If you're going to do that, you're going to want to make sure your feet are warm before you even do it. You have to, they suggest a warm bath for 5 to 10 minutes. I've never done the warm bath beforehand, so I aim for lukewarm. Not hot, but not cold. But you never hot socks. It defeats the purpose. And then you put that on their feet, slip this wet sock on, and then you're gonna cover it with your wool sock. And then you tuck them into bed under the blanket. And for 4 hours, and then you can go back and check on those socks in 4 hours. If they are dry, then their body must have needed that. It should be dry in 4 hours. Their body must have needed that fluid. If it's dry in like 1 hour, you know they're really dehydrated, and that's a good one to use. I remember one of my, must have been my third, she was like 2 and wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, or barely drinking, and it was going on like 4 or 5 days, and I was kind of panicking because it was like a low-grade fever, like 101.5, 102, and finally took her into urgent care after like 4 days and said, it's just a virus, it's going around. Went on another 2 days, and still, so the wet sock saved me because I knew at least she was getting fluid in. And when I called the ER just to find out if I should bring her in, because I was just worried about her getting too dehydrated, they told me that they weren't legally allowed to tell me, which is totally fine. They said, I have to tell you to come in, and I can't give you any advice over the phone. Ended up being that it was just a virus, and I think when I went to urgent care, they said, anyways, a certain amount of time, ridiculously longer than in my head, that they could go without having fluids. If they just even drank a little bit and threw it up, it was still okay. But that's not medical advice. You can go ask your doctor. So I wanted to make sure I got my old... Okay, so what the wet socks does is it will increase blood circulation, and it's going to stimulate your immune system. So it'll help decongest, like I said, help your ears. It'll help headaches. It will help. So if you're someone that's getting consistent headaches, you might want to try this. So this is going to be our phase 1 of our health week. I'm going to tune in later every day this week. I'm going to be posting other ones, so you can come back. If you want me to tag you in the next one, because I know it's so hard to remember to come back, I'm totally willing to do that. Just say, I want to see the next one. And we'll be talking about some other natural things that you can do. Let me make sure. Oh. So, and make sure you tell me where you guys are from. I would love to know where everyone's watching from. So comment below if you're watching live or on the replay. I'd like to know that too, and where you're from. And we're going to have some fun. This is going to be, I love sharing ideas. I love to hear what you guys have tried and what you haven't tried. I love learning all sorts of new things. And stay tuned tomorrow. We'll be using onions, and I'll tell you some tricks with those. Oh, and with wet socks, there's totally a ton of other things you can do with them, but we're just sticking with the basics. So we'll see you tomorrow. And if you know anybody that would take that could use this, make sure you share it. I just want to make sure that the people that saw us on the other one get to see the demo. All right, talk to you later.